Okay, this is my first time using a map of Europe and not, what's it called? The US, which, yeah, let's see how it goes. So this is a EU versus, EU and NATO versus, neither. So, that is versus, not neither, versus. So, in order to classify for the blue team, you have to be in both NATO and the EU, which is, so it's only these few places, versus the red team is just everything else in Europe. Otherwise, it would be too unfair, but I think these teams are at least somewhat even. The EU, however, is connected. There's also going to be a lot of naval fighting going on. So let's actually color in this sea. The Baltic Sea is for the most part controlled by, the, red team. The North Sea, only this part's controlled, but it might look like the UK is isolated, but it actually does control this part of the sea. And in the Mediterranean, with the exception of this eastern area and a bit here, the rest of the Mediterranean is controlled by the blue team. I only am doing this. I don't typically do naval, but because this is Europe. Oh yeah, the Black Sea as well. The Black Sea is not going to be that important, but that's all controlled. Even this part in Romania is controlled in Bulgaria. So here's our map. And then the rest is obvious who controls it. So these are the teams. Let's start. So they declare war on each other. EU and NATO states break off everyone else, and there's a few major areas. So the EU is all connected. The EU and NATO team is all connected. They make their capital Madrid as it's not exposed. However, what's it called? The other team, I'll just call it the red and the blue team. The red team is, not connected. They have many things cutting them off. For example, they have these Balkan area and they have Switzerland and Austria. So the hope for the red team, however, the UK, through naval, they are all connected. So they could still ship, they just can't, walk, I guess, to each other. So the red team hopes to hopefully push from here in Turkey through Greece and connect these Balkan territories, and then from there take Croatia and Slovenia to connect Switzerland and Austria. And the blue team, in the meantime, would like to cut off those places before that's possible. So they actually are the first to attack because they know it's a race against time. And they, first off, they have Croatian and Italian troops, I guess, march into Bosnia. They take the country, and from there they easily take Montenegro. However, they can't take the rest. Actually, they take Kosovo because they are welcomed as liberators. However, the rest is unable to be taken. In this part of Greece, Turkish troops, actually, a lot of help is from Russia. And Russia sends a ton of troops to Turkey, making them think they're going to attack. So in Greece and Bulgaria, many troops are set up. However, they actually attack through Romania and Hungary in Ukraine. So they push down. Serbian troops also push. And they do eventually meet up, this cuts off Romania, Bulgaria, and Greece, who now Russian troops, they're able to push into this area. And because there are a lot of troops, they managed to take Bulgaria. Romania falls. And then Greece also surrenders, knowing that they're surrounded. So this is huge for the blue team. They just lost some of the most important territory. Well, not really most important. They just lost a lot, though. Let's just clean this up. Yeah, they lost a lot. Most importantly, Romania, Bulgaria has fallen. Serbia still stays Albania, but the blue team did manage to take some territory, but it's not nearly as much. Also, Austria and Switzerland. Switzerland's kind of hard to invade, but considering they're being pushed on by all sides, Austria and Switzerland do fall. So now a few trades have happened, but the Balkans, they're no longer cut off. And now over here, I think it's called the Suwalki Gap or something. NATO, or not NATO, the red team really wants to cut that off. And now the UK has started to send much of their troops to the east. So the red team is much more prepared. So they quickly launch an assault from Kaliningrad, as well as Belarus, and meet up. Much of the Baltics is evacuated before the three states eventually do surrender. With the Baltics taken out, Baltic Sea superiority is now basically entirely in the hands of the red team. So now nothing else is really surrounded. And from here, it's just going to be a battle to see who can win on this eastern front, I guess you can call it. Crete falls, and so do the rest of the Greek islands. Then out here in Kosovo, Serbian troops retake it. Montenegro falls. And for about the 700th time, Bosnia falls to the Serbians again. So now the red team has taken back all of their territory. A naval battle takes place in the Baltic Sea. And the red team wins, and they take control of the entire sea. And now the invasion into Poland begins. So, to start off, red team troops start from Ukraine, and they push on all sides. A landing is made up by Danzig, and from there they push in. Warsaw is captured, and Poland surrenders. And that's actually where we're going to leave off, so it's not looking so great for the blue team. Maybe in real life they would win, but in this scenario, it's not looking great. They're not doing well, at all. Yeah,